Complications force her daughter into the world too soon. A NICU nurse turns to Lighthouse to help her baby get the best possible start. Not every child has the loving family they deserve. A Lighthouse foster parent opens her home, giving kids what they need to heal after heartbreak. Building resilience. A Lighthouse specialist listens to understand, helping young people overcome the challenges holding them back. Homeless and afraid. A young mother has no idea how she will care for her family until she connects with Lighthouse. Every child deserves the opportunity to thrive, yet far too many face obstacles that jeopardize their success. Lighthouse Youth and Family Services is there for them, empowering their potential. Hello, I'm Clyde Gray. For more than 50 years, Lighthouse has helped young people overcome hurdles and achieve what they never thought possible. Today, Lighthouse provides expert care, infancy to independence, when and where youth and families need it most. If a baby or toddler has a disability or developmental delay, the sooner the family receives help, the better. Lighthouse Early Intervention gives the support they need during a scary time.
I knew something was wrong. I went and got another ultrasound, and they saw that West wasn't growing like she should and that she was severely growth restricted. Called my doctor, and they said, you need to come in, and I didn't want to go in because I knew if I went in that I might not get to come back home. It's like your heart drops and your arms go numb and you feel nauseous and you feel like you can't even move. I met with my doctor, and they said, we're not sure what's going on, but something is causing her environment in there to not allow her to grow and get what she needs. So it was interesting being a nurse and going through all of this because I thought I knew it all. I thought I knew how everything was going to go. Shortly after I was admitted to the hospital, I started experiencing symptoms that I educate patients on. I had to have a scheduled C-section. We got her home and things were going really well. We were enjoying our time as a family. But then she started showing a lot of issues, and it was just like a light switch was shut off, and every time we would offer her the bottle, she would refuse. That was one of my most difficult times as a mother, as a new mother, was that me being a nurse, feeding babies all the time, I could feed any baby, but I couldn't feed my own baby. So it was really hard. I was really scared that she was never going to be able to take bottles or eat like a normal baby and then toddler. So I went to the NICU clinic. I called and said, somebody has to help me. I'm desperate. I can't get her to take bottles anymore. She had lost weight, and they referred us to Lighthouse and helped me grow. I made a call, and then they were there to help. That was all I needed to hear was, we're gonna come over, we're gonna help you, and I'm gonna bring backup. It just felt like a huge relief. Once Lighthouse came in, they assessed, what Wes needed help with, and we've utilized those services ever since then. Lighthouse was just as important to me as it was to my daughter because I didn't feel judged or anything for saying gosh, this is really stressful, and why can't she eat? Why can't this happen? Why is this so stressful? I never felt they were judging me. They were always just there for me to give me support, as well as my daughter West. Lighthouse gave my husband and I and West just the opportunity to enjoy real family time instead of being stressed all the time about, oh, that next feed, what if she doesn't take her bottle? What if she doesn't, do this? So they really gave us that peace of mind and that ability to be calm in our own home with our child and just enjoy our time together. It was really refreshing for us to do our updated goals for this year. That was great. We made new goals that are for her to walk and for her to expand her eating and try new things. My daughter West is so happy. She's laughing all the time. She's always smiling. I think it's important for people to know that Lighthouse is available as a service for their kids, no matter what their income is, or if they're a nurse working at a hospital, and they can help you figure out what your child needs. I tell my friends, I tell some of my families at work that they should look into Lighthouse, because it doesn't matter what stage that your child is in, they can help you. They can figure out what early intervention or what services your child needs to get you the help you need. Lighthouse has given us such peace of mind that there's somebody there who cares and is making sure that she gets the early intervention that she needs. So they've just meant so much to our family. They really have.
The early intervention team will be with Katie and West every step of the way, working together to give her the best possible start in life. You can help too. Your gift to Lighthouse will provide the support children and families need. You can make a donation now by texting 2021 Beacon to 76278. Struggling to cope with COVID, what many kids need now more than ever is mental and behavioral health care. Youth anxiety, depression, and substance abuse are at record high levels. Lakeisha Strayhorn is one of the specialists at Lighthouse who helps young people see themselves in a different light.
In my early 20s, I received a call from my grandmother that my cousin, Viola Williams, was murdered at the age of 13 years old. The feeling and the emotions that I had about it was confusion, fear, and I was enraged. An innocent young girl, and her future was so bright. It became a lightning rod for me to work with youth. The trauma drove me to want to help within the community. It just drove me to the point of not only working with them, but it was also stepping stones to healing for me. You not only deal with their situations, but you also deal with yours. They also help you to understand life as a whole and live outside of your own bubble or your own box, if you will. What I love about working at Lighthouse is the different people that I'm able to come across. It's like a rainbow. You come in and not one thing is ever the same. Not one situation is ever the same. Therefore, I'm able to utilize different skills and techniques that I have been trained to do in assisting these clients. Today, as I stand here, really nothing surprises me because I've heard the stories. Now it's more insight, open-mindedness, and understanding to navigate and understand where they come from. Mental health in the youth population is so important because it comes with understanding. A lot of people, they don't understand you because they don't know your background. We need to use the tools to listen, and understanding people's backgrounds and journeys of walks of life of where they came from. The work that I do at Lighthouse Youth Services, the feeling of a client doing well pushes me because I stand on that teach one, reach one. It's like a domino effect. If they're learning from me, and then they're gonna go out and they're gonna utilize those same tools and even pass it on to somebody else. Lighthouse has made a great impact within Cincinnati in regards to mental health by working with the homeless population, the LGBTQ population, mental health, just across the board, getting people off the streets, getting them the services and medication that they need to be stabilized. So they are an umbrella that is covering a realm of so many pockets within greater Cincinnati, and they're going to continue to grow and assist with that. I'm one person of many up under the umbrella of Lighthouse Youth Services that is the driving force to get the community on a better level of communicating with one another. Mental health services are so important from Lighthouse Youth Services because it's the driving force. And with our thoughts, we need to have that stabilization and that education. It always comes back to that mental health piece that a lot of people ignore. And if you can start there, then we'll have a better ending. It's resolution, it's stability, it's normality. And to have a peace of mind and to be able to walk out within your community and see the change, it's all worth it.
Lakeisha, like the rest of the Lighthouse team, is committed to helping young people reach their full potential. With your support, Lighthouse will be there to provide the personalized, compassionate, and inclusive care a young person needs. So please text 2021 Beacon to 76278. What some kids need is a safe place to go immediately. Children enter foster care because they've been abused, neglected, or abandoned by their families. Katie Fitzpatrick is one of the Lighthouse foster parents who makes all the difference when a child's world is turned upside down.
Foster care has just now been part of my life, and I feel like it's always going to be part of my life, and it's always going to be my story. It's just been my calling. I was a young mom, and I had a very complicated pregnancy that was advised never to have any more children of my own. At the age of 18, I was just graduating from high school, and unplanned pregnancy. You know, it was scary, it was hard. Like, my mom quit her job for 3 years to help me. It was really hard. And I had to make it work, and I had to make sure that he was taken care of. But that's why I feel like being a young parent, I have so much to offer people. If you keep your eye on the prize, you can do whatever you put your mind to. I was living on the west side, which I still live on. A family that lived next to me had been involved in Lighthouse for years. And one day they were outside and they were with their kids, and I was like, hey, do you mind if I ask what your agency is? And they were like, oh, we are for Lighthouse, and we've been with them for 20 some years. And I'm like, one of these days when I get myself established, I'd love to reach back out to you guys. So 5 or 6 years went on, and finally we took the plunge, and we were like, let's do Lighthouse. So we went to the first initial orientation, and I was like, this is it. This is where I need to be. I decided that we would be foster parents, my husband at the time, and we were presented with a newborn at the time, which is Maya's now 6. Their siblings were in another home, and they approached me about taking in Mari and Michael at the time, and I accepted, and that brought us to 3 kids now. And then 3 years later, Peyton was born, and then she completed our family. They're all 4 siblings. There is 9 children in this family, and 4 of them I've adopted. When I first got Mari, which she was 3, she was very timid and very shy and just really hard for her. And I knew that I needed to bring her out. And my goal was to make sure that Mari was very successful and that she was able to express herself and be comfortable within her skin. So it was very important for me to get her involved in things. Dance was her thing that brought her out of her shell. And she has just done amazing. She's now my daughter, who gets in trouble for talking all the time, which before, never talked to anybody and was so shy and timid. Nathan is my oldest son. He's the best brother in the whole wide world, and he has been my village. If it means him picking up kids from school, taking them to an activity, making sure that dinner's on table, schoolwork's done. When I was working the second shift, Nathan has definitely went above and beyond. My license as a foster parent was like a huge accomplishment for me, and it's just something that I hold on to close to my heart. If you ever thought about it or it came across your mind, call Lighthouse, get information, go to an orientation. I just knew at that time, like, it was just a good agency to be with. I felt like they just supported us. And I just always felt like if there was anything I needed, I could always depend on the agency. Anything that I needed, it was just like a whole service within one. And my whole goal in this whole entire process is to make these kids productive citizens and to have a future and to break the cycle. It's just that important to me, and seeing my kids from where they came from till they are now is just like, it's just so rewarding.
Most children enter foster care with few, if any, belongings. You can provide comfort for a child and make the transition easier through a gift to Lighthouse. Text 2021 Beacon to 76278 to make a secure donation now. Lighthouse offers children a safe place when no one else seems to care, and young adults the opportunity to achieve a better future. Anne Marie was 21 years old when she became homeless with 4 young children. With support from Lighthouse, she is now moving closer to achieving her goals every day.
I think I realized I needed help probably around the age of 22. That's about the time that I didn't have a home. I had, at the time, 4 kids. I would say my youngest kids, they don't really realize the struggle. So I don't think they necessarily understand it, but I think that they kind of go through it just the same as you do. Without having the stability of a home, there's nowhere to work out of. You have to worry about where you're going every day. You have to worry about how you're gonna get to a place where you can make sure that they have meals 3 times a day. You don't have the time to work on yourself because you're so busy trying to figure out what you're doing with yourself. The main goals were stability for the family. We didn't have a home and the kids weren't in a really great spot. I was in school. I really wanted to make sure that I could finish school. My mom and dad weren't in the position to help, so I figured that I should reach out. My experience with Lighthouse was, whenever I first got connected with them, was really good. They were helpful. They made sure that I had everything I needed from the start. I do online classes. I got my Associate of Arts in Ministry. I graduated on the 24th of April, so just recently. I'm the first of 3 kids, and my mom and dad, I'm the first one who's graduated college out of my family, so that's another big accomplishment for me. The Lighthouse helps set goals by meeting in person. They have you go over kind of what your situation is. They make sure that you have diapers, they make sure that you have transportation, whether that be bus tokens to get back and forth. They make sure that you have everything you need for your household chores. Even down to the laundry detergent. They make sure that you have everything that you need. And from there, they just stayed in contact, and they make sure that they're in person and over the phone, and they make sure that you have a direct point of contact too, so you're never not able to get a hold of somebody or you're never stuck. They kind of make you discover what those issues are, what you need to fix, or what your goals need to be. It's really forcing you to kind of become independent and figure out your goals on your own, so you really are self-accomplishing them. My next steps, aging out of Lighthouse. I was offered to be in the Youth Advisory Council for Lighthouse. I'm really just focusing on making sure that I have the stability at home, but I want to do a lot of volunteering my time, being a voice for youth around here, and to look at your kids and see that they're going through it. You just automatically have an instinct where you're just like, I want to be involved as much as I can from this point on. Now that I've had the Lighthouse and I've had the advantage and the benefits of maintaining stability and getting that help, so now that I'm at this point, how am I going to use this new start in order to make sure that other people get that opportunity? My advice would be to take advantage of every opportunity that they give you. That's what they're there for. As long as you are working on yourself, then the Lighthouse is going to make sure that you accomplish everything. I wouldn't be where I am right now without them. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I would tell the people at Lighthouse, I mean, there's not a whole lot of ways to put it in words, I mean, other than just thank you. My degree is their degree, and my kids' success is their success, so they should have a lot of pride in what me and my family have accomplished, because it's really part of their accomplishment too.
The housing program is only one part of the effort to end youth homelessness. Meekum House is a shelter for youth ages 10 to 17 where every kid is welcomed. The Lighthouse Shakely Center for Youth is a shelter where young adults develop and follow a plan to move to a stable home of their own. You can make a difference right now for a young person who is homeless. Your donation will help give them a safe place where they get the chance to reach their full potential. Text 2021 Beacon to 76278.
At Haran, we strive to make each interaction a legendary experience. We do this by going the extra mile, moving faster, digging deeper, lifting higher. We call this the Haran Way. Our focus is simple: provide premier consulting around solutions that support physical and financial wellness, all while doing what's best for the client. We couldn't do this without the support of the communities where we live and work. That's why it's important to give back to initiatives that educate, enrich, and heal. Discover the Haran Way.
Lighthouse is about people working together to solve complex problems facing young people and families. Its Beacon of Light Humanitarian Award honors leaders for their service. Lighthouse President and CEO Paul Hafner introduces you to this year's honorees, along with a special group that's been devoted to Lighthouse for decades.
Thanks, Clyde. You've now seen only a few of the amazing stories highlighting what's possible when a young person receives the right care and support. By focusing on the strengths of each young person and their family, we empower them to build an individual plan for success and achieve their full potential. Lighthouse provides a safe, trusting, and healing environment across our continuum of care. Our services include emergency shelter for teens and young adults, residential treatment, juvenile justice programs, youth housing, and mental and behavioral health care. Throughout the pandemic, our doors never closed. The Lighthouse team continued to provide essential services and remains committed to caring for the young people and families who rely on us. With your support, we work every day to meet their needs. This year, as we've done for the past 25, Lighthouse is celebrating community leaders who share our strong commitment to youth and families. We recognize their outstanding service and philanthropy with our Beacon of Light Humanitarian Award. We are pleased to introduce our 2021 honorees, Eileen Chalfie and Dr. Monica Newby. Eileen Chalfie is passionate about making a difference in her community. She has spent countless hours volunteering with nonprofits, including Lighthouse, for the past 25 years, always looking for new ways to support the youth and families we serve. She also encourages her many friends to become involved in causes close to her heart. Eileen, we are proud to honor you with the Beacon of Light Humanitarian Award. Our second Beacon of Light Humanitarian Award recipient is Dr. Monica Newby. Dr. Newby dedicates herself to supporting the dreams of the next generation, inspiring smiles in many ways. She's an orthodontist who provides free dental care to young people in need and is a mentor who volunteers her time and talent with many organizations, including Lighthouse. She lifts up young people, advocating for them and helping them become their best selves. Thank you, Dr. Newby, for everything you do. This year, we also recognize the unfaltering dedication and leadership of 4 long-serving Lighthouse volunteers and trustees with our President's Award. They are Steve Campbell, Ken Feldman, Bob Rich, and Bob Zev. Steve Campbell has helped strengthen Lighthouse in many ways over the past 40 years. Since joining the board in 1982, he has used his architectural expertise to help evaluate renovations for numerous buildings housing our programs. And Steve and his wife Carolyn have made Lighthouse a family affair by serving on various boards and committees with a special focus on education. A member of the Lighthouse board since 1973, Ken Feldman provides invaluable financial guidance, serving as our board treasurer for many terms. Ken advises our executive team on strategic issues related to our finances. He's always pushing us to consider all the options and develop a long-term vision for the agency. His support of Lighthouse is as strong today as it has ever been. Bob Rich also joined our board in 1973. His legal expertise helped establish a strong foundation for Lighthouse as the organization evolved from a small startup to a mature, multifaceted agency. A brilliant legal mind, Bob specializes in nonprofit and tax law with a sophisticated understanding of governance matters, all of which helped facilitate our growth plans. Bob Zepp is a devoted volunteer who joined the Lighthouse board in 1981. His marketing and business savvy have been critical to our ability to navigate various challenges. Bob has served on virtually every board and committee at Lighthouse, bringing an extremely broad skill set to multiple tables. And underlying everything is his consistently positive, optimistic outlook, always viewing problems as opportunities. Thank you, gentlemen, for always looking for ways to support Lighthouse and those we serve, and encouraging so many others to do the same. And thank you for trusting us and believing in our work. We need your help because the youth that Lighthouse serves need your support now more than ever. Your gift today, no matter the size, will empower the potential of young people and make an immediate impact. You can make your gift by texting 2021 Beacon to 76278 or by visiting LYS.org and clicking Donate. Together we will build a community where every young person has the opportunity to thrive.
You can help ensure Lighthouse is there when a child needs somewhere to turn and someone to lean on. Please make a secure donation now by texting 2021 Beacon to 76278 or go to LYS.org and click Donate. Empowering potential. As you've seen, that's what your investment in Lighthouse will do. Your support of young people today means a stronger community tomorrow. A special thank you to Diamond sponsor Haran and Platinum sponsors Dr. Bruce and Peggy Greenberg and Natasha Kavanaugh and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. On behalf of the Lighthouse team, thank you for joining us.